Hey there, welcome to 4 Minute Friday. Now this week we're going to look at objection handling, and I'm going to give you a couple of little tips and tricks that will enable you to handle objections, sales objections, more effectively. First of all, if you don't know, my name is Brian Conway from achievesuccess.co.uk, and this is 4 Minute Friday, where I just take a few minutes of your time to give you a tip or a trick that will help you be more successful in the coming weeks. Now, as I said, this week I want to focus on objection handling, and I picked the subject for each of these videos based on something that's happened during the week. And only yesterday I was running a workshop with one of my clients, and objection handling was one of the subjects we were talking about. So I thought I'd share with you some of the things that we discussed. Now, if you have ever joined any of my previous training, or you're familiar with serious selling, my training program on how to sell business outcomes, one of the key principles I teach my students is to slow down. And what I mean by that is I often use the expression actually to linger longer. That's something I learned from a sales trainer many years ago when I learned my fundamental sales and account management skills. A guy called Bernard Ide, actually, who I then became a colleague of when I worked in BT's corporate sales training centre in Milton Keynes, which is where I learned my trade as an adult educationer, if that's a real word. And this expression, linger longer, is all about kind of slowing down. So in a sales scenario, what often happens is a customer says, oh, I've got this pain point, this problem or this challenge or something we're trying to achieve. Well, it's very natural for a salesperson to then say, I've got this product that would help alleviate that pain point or whatever it might be. And I always encourage people to don't jump in with your solution too soon, and find out more about that pain point. And the same stands with objection handling. It's very natural for salespeople to want to respond and eliminate as quickly as possible an objection, because we see it as a threat to our sale. So when a customer says, I'm not happy about X, or I've got a question about Y, or I need to understand more about this thing or feature or capability or pricing or whatever it might be, it's very natural for us to go, what that means is, and come in with our response and our answer to try and eliminate, as I said, that objection so we can move forward to a sale. But rather than that immediate response, the thing I teach is to slow down, to linger longer, so to speak. So what you can do is when a customer says, I've got this concern about X, and I really need to understand more about that before I could sort of make any buying decision, words to that effect, you want to say, okay, well, let me make a note of that. So concerned about X, and just ask, is there anything else? Right? Don't jump straight into responding. Ask, is there anything else? And you may phrase that in different ways. It might be, are there any other concerns you have, or do you have any other questions you'd like me to address, or is there anything else that would stop you buying from me today? However you choose to phrase it, whatever's appropriate. But the point is, you want to get all the objections out on the table first, before you start responding. And there's a number of benefits of doing that. One is it's sometimes a little bit more efficient, because some questions a customer might have can be related, so you end up answering 2 or 3 potential concerns in one answer. So that's more efficient, as I said, from your time perspective. But more importantly, when you get the customer to articulate what their concerns are, it gives you basically a list of what I call success criteria, the things that need to be addressed for you to be able to progress the sale onto the next stage. That might be a close and a contract, but it might just be the next stage or step in the sales process, inviting them to a demonstration perhaps, or onto a proof of concept trial, or whatever's appropriate. But at least you can move forward. So if a customer says, I've got this concern about X, you want to say, is there anything else? Any other questions or concerns then? And then they may say, Y as well. I've also got a concern about Y, and Z is bothers me a little bit as well. So then you make a note and you say, great. So, X, Y, and Z. Is there anything else? And if they say no, then you can move on to handling those objections. And I do teach in Serious Selling a framework of how to handle those objections then more effectively. But that's my message for today. I want to wrap this up because I'm sure our 4 minutes is probably up. Linger longer, just in your objection handling. Don't respond, don't try and answer and eliminate objections too soon. Just get the list of objections out first. It puts you in control of the situation. Instead of being in a reactionary mindset where you're responding to a customer's challenge, let's call it, on the thing that you're offering to sell them. It puts you in control and it slows you down, gives you a chance to think. There's lots and lots of benefits, so I can't go into all of those now or doing serious selling, but just remember to don't respond too soon. Take your time, keep control, and ask, is there anything else, and get that list of objections out on the table, and then we can move into handling them effectively. So hope you find that useful. Please like, share, send me some comments. What do you do? What's your favorite objection handling technique or strategy? And as always, I said, please do share this with the wider world. This is my message that I'm trying to get out there. I want to improve the capabilities of salespeople across the world, particularly in the technology sector, which is where I focus. So hope you do and are getting value from these. I look forward to seeing you again next week. This has been 4 Minute Friday. I'm Brian Conway, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Hey there, listen, before you go, just a few seconds literally of your time. Now, you may be familiar with Serious Selling, which is my flagship B2B how to sell business outcomes training program, but you may not be aware that I do actually have an online video-based self-study program, which, as you can see here, currently sells for just under $1,000 and or £750, and I'm giving away free access to Serious Selling for a limited time only as part of a promotion. Now, if you're interested in improving your personal sales skills, or if you're a sales manager and you'd like to get your team either trained or refresh some of their sales competencies, then this might be for you. So just go to achievesuccess.co.uk/SIC. Should be able to see the URL here somewhere on the video, and there's a short video there that will explain why I'm giving it away and how to get access to it and all that sort of stuff. But it's £750 worth of free training if you just take action. So click the link, whether it's below this video, or type this URL into your browser, and I'll see you at Achieve Success, and I'll explain everything there. But it's a great offer. Do it now. Don't miss out. See you soon. Bye-bye.